All right, now I'm gonna try to give you an underpinning for Cool Mom Records, the business idea, and our function and why we have the name. Basically, as you can see, I'm not a mother, but mothers must be cool. It's best if mom. I mean, if she's cool and she kind of like cool, cause she cool, she carry herself cool. That's one thing. But the cool that I'm talking about mainly is that mom is cool. She's all right. There's enough money in the bank. She's not upset. Her children have gone to school and have come back. None of her children is in prison. You know, mom is cool. So it's cool mom record. Cool down, mama. You see. So we keep the world cool so the mama can stay cool, basically. And once you've done that for all women in the world, you've basically taken care of all the world's problems. You've even taken care of war because no mama wants to see their child go off to war. So if they're in charge, if they've got something to say about any conflict between another country, they'll take the negotiation to a different level than, say, some opinionated man would. Because at the end of the day, they would have come to an agreement that, hey, none of us want to see our children go off to war. That mentality has to die somewhere. So Cool Mom Records is there to kind of change that mentality, that paradigm. So that's what we'd like our music to be about. To basically talk about, hey, how do we uncondition the minds of people who feel that it's cool to be a soldier, it's cool to go in the army, that those things are cool to do that. Why? Because you're supposed to defend your home. But what is our home? The earth is our home. It's not about countries, it's about the planet. When things go wrong in one place, like with climate change, it happens to every part of the world. It's not just, you know, and nuclear war does not belong to just one country. It hurts everybody. So what is home? And how do we defend our home? And that's the new paradigm, a new way of thinking that we must bring people up to understand. And that's what we want our music to be about. And the business structure must reflect that. That's why we call Cool Mom Records, to change from a business structure that was taking advantage of people's dreams and creativity, making money out of it, and taking the money and spending it on war. A lot of the money that was made from the Beatles, as they were singing about peace, was reinvested into the war in Vietnam. So you can think of all the peace artists from the 60s and 70s, which record company they were on, and what ties that record company had to the war machine. It's a bit sad, isn't it? So that type of structure. And in that structure, the artist would get 10% of the publishing, right? What they make from the publishing, 10%, the artist would get it. And the record company takes the 90% and holds on to the 90%. Even after the artist has died, they take over the little 10%. And if they can, if you don't fight for it, they'll take it over. And what does the mother get? The mother gave birth to the kid, nurtured the kid, fed the kid, took the kid to school, football practice, you name it. Mama was there until this child, song lessons and everything, until the child become attractive in the eyes of this big businessman with the record company, and say, all right, we're going to make a contract. And they make a contract, and where's mama in the contract? Mama has no contractual remuneration for her effort. She invested in the child. She invested everything in the child. Where's her returns? So the child, of course, is sensible and will take out of his own money and say, Mama, this is for everything you've done for me, and buy a house, whatever. That's fine. That's cool. That's good. Children like that, but it's not. It's not right, because the talent comes from somewhere, and the work that was put into the talent, they must get back, because the record company always recoups what they invest into anything. They're going to recoup from a tour. They're going to recoup from studio work. They're going to recoup everything. So how does mom recoup? You can't even talk about that, can you? It seems like, hey, no, don't even say that, because that's beyond what we talk about. That's like, hey, it's too holy. What's the price of a life? Blah, 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 blah. Nonsense. You don't have no problem taking the child when you need them to go die in a war. You don't think about, the price of life, You have no problem taking the child to say, come in the army and die. But for mama to get money for what she put into the child's career, it's like, oh, that's divine. We can't even talk about that. It's like, oh, untouchable, unacceptable.